Week 14. Week 14. We are nearing the playoffs, ending this horrible year for the Broncos. But yeah, it's going to be a really close battle to the playoffs. A lot of close teams. I think there's going to be at least 2 teams that should not be in the playoffs that are going to make the playoffs. What are those teams yet? I don't know. But let's get into it, man. We're gonna go right into it. Let's go. First game of the week. Wait. No, this one. There we go. First game of the week, Thursday. We got the Raiders and the Rams. This was a very entertaining game, to say the least. Baker Mayfield, literally. So, I'm gonna say this. Huge credit to Baker Mayfield. But if you can sit there and tell me that he wasn't planning on joining the Rams, come on now. Really? He had 2 days to throw to his receivers, but let's be real. He probably had a week and a half to start learning the playbook. There's no way he only had 2 days. I'm not believing that. There's no way. Even though most NFL offenses have similar plays, it's just the way you call them. Maybe they put an easy game plan for him. I don't know. But to sit there and tell me that he only for real had 2 days, no. He had to have known at least a couple days before that he was going to go to the Rams. But like I said, don't want to discredit anything. I mean, a lot of guys, I've never seen a quarterback come in there, and just straight up win the game. A lot of horrible refereeing, a lot of horrible calls that I feel like kind of let the Rams win this game. But like I said, don't want to discredit anything. Huge win for the Rams. Huge loss for the Raiders. Basically, this game, this knocks them out of the playoffs. As much as they don't want to believe it, a lot of people, they got knocked out of the playoffs right here. And that's just facts. Very slow-paced game. It wasn't a lot of you can just see by the stats. Derek Carr did nothing. A lot of these didn't come into a lot of Baker Mayfield's actual stats really came from the last and the first drive that he took the field. So other than that, he wasn't really doing anything. What else is he going to do? It's only his second day. But Josh Jacobs, Cam Akers had a huge fumble. But Josh Jacobs almost broke 100. 3.7 though. He had a pretty easy touchdown. But you can see here by the stats here. Nothing crazy. It was just, this game wasn't even a game until the last couple minutes. So, yeah. It is what it is. Still really entertaining game though. So, we're going to go down to a game where I had the Steelers winning. There was no reason for them not to win this game. Look at Tyler Huntley's stats. Yeah, he's a backup quarterback. But you're telling me he only had 88 yards and won the game? I had the Steelers winning this game pretty easily. What I didn't have is Kyle Pickett getting hurt literally in the first quarter and Mitch Trubisky throwing 3 picks. I didn't have that. I didn't have J.K. Dobbins going crazy. And I didn't have Najee Harris doing absolutely nothing. This game was pretty boring. Didn't watch it, but there was literally no highlights coming out of it unless it was a pick. So, I mean, Baltimore really stole this win. Steelers just, I mean, huge L. Huge L. I mean, they wouldn't have lost if Kyle Pickett played. They wouldn't have lost. But, yeah. Nothing really interesting in that game, to be honest. So let's go up to this game. This game, when I woke up, looking at the games for the week, just to refresh my memory, I was so mad at myself for not picking the Lions. And you're probably telling yourself, oh, you're saying that now. But I was really looking, and something made me say, why did I pick the Vikings for this game? And all throughout the game, I was just kind of watching, how the scores kind of come up. And I was just seeing the Lions just holding on to the lead the whole game, and then it just kept, they just stay with it. I really wish this game was on primetime so I was able to see it. But, I mean, look at this game. Kirk Cousins, 425, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, 330, 3 touchdowns. Look at the passer rating. They played perfect games as technically as a quarterback can play. The run game was a little stale. I mean, they were just lighting it up in the air. There was no reason to run the ball here. Justin Jefferson, 223. 20 a catch. DJ Chark, a name where, like, a straight bum, and, like, he just balled out. He was horrible in the Jaguars and just kind of rode the wave in Detroit. But look at these, man. Look at the first down. 46 first downs. That's a lot. Both going for it on 4th down. I mean, this game was aggressive. Super aggressive. But I really wish I was able to watch this game. It kind of came down to the wire. I was really hoping that the Vikings were going to rally back and get my pick correct, but took the L on that one. Next, we got the Jaguars and the Titans. This game makes me so mad. So mad. Throughout if y'all remember when last episode I talked about the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence going down, he literally gets on the ground screaming in agonizing pain over his leg. I'm like, there's no way he's going to play next week. Throughout the week, they're saying, oh, he might play. Might not play. I'm talking about, what do you mean might? Turns out he comes and plays. And what does he do? He lights up the Titans, who I had winning because I thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be hurt. If Trevor Lawrence was going to play confirmed, I would not have picked the Titans. But because they didn't say until like a day before that he was going to play, he throws 368, 3 touchdowns, perfect passer rating. Typical. Just a typical thing. Derrick Henry, 2 costly fumbles. I believe both ended in points for the Jaguars. I mean, Evan Ingram, he had a good game. I hate Evan Ingram just because of how everyone hypes him up. I hate him. But he had a really good game. I mean, I can't discredit him. 162, 2 TDs, 14 a catch. He had a really good game. As you can see here, the defense for the Jaguars is really dominant, obviously. A lot of first downs in this game as well. But yeah, those two fumbles and Trevor Lawrence playing is what gave the Jaguars this dub. Super frustrating. Super frustrating. I wanted the Titans to win that game, but it is what it is. Didn't watch this game, but I kind of knew how it was going to end. So the Giants have been on a really bad streak of games. They were on a hot streak in the beginning of the season. They lost a lot of. They lost like a couple of really stupid games, but I mean, a lot of people don't realize that this roster is so bad for the Giants, and they're just winning with the horrible roster. So the fact that they even have 7 wins, as a Giants fan, they should be proud because they're playing with just absolute crumbs on the offensive side besides Saquon and Daniel Jones. There's no one else. There just isn't. Then you got to play MVP, Jalen Hurts. He didn't have a crazy good game. Didn't have any like super, ball out type plays. Except, he threw 2 dimes for touchdowns. A.J. Brown, still pretty consistent, getting that 50, at least a touchdown a game. I like how they're finally getting Devontae Smith in the offense. They still aren't getting Dallas Goedert in the offense or any tight end in general, so they need to fix that big time. The run game needs to improve. Not in this particular game, but in order for them to go deep in the playoffs, the run game needs to improve. Even though it's been really dominant, probably the most dominant in the league, it needs to be even better if they want to go all the way and win it. Because if they do that, this team will blow everyone out in the playoffs. So watch out for the Eagles, man. They are on a hot streak, probably the most complete team in football. And you have the MVP Jalen Hurts. Nothing else to really say. Defense is playing great. And yeah, Eagles might go. Next we have the Jets and the Bills. You want to tell me why analysts across the NFL had the Jets winning this game? Can someone tell me why they had that? Not gonna lie, they got me a little scared when I saw at the half that they were only up 7. But what analyst thought that the Jets were gonna win this game? It makes no sense. Mike White took like a crazy hit or something, almost broke his whole rib cage on the cleanest sack that you can hit on a quarterback. Josh Allen, I had him at MVP, going into the season, but he's digressing big time in this season in terms of his play from his early weeks. So he needs to step up and, make more plays, get less turnovers. But I felt like they kind of kept the Jets in this game. They didn't really do anything big to get the lead here. Very low first downs, horrible on third down. They didn't go for it on fourth. They had 232 total yards. Defense wasn't really doing anything. I don't know, man. The Bills, as good as their record is, I don't think they're going to... I don't know. I'm not confident in the Bills right now in the AFC. Next, we have the Browns and the Bengals. Had the Bengals easily winning this game. As you can see, they easily won. You can't win a game when you start slow and end slow. So, Deshaun Watson, 276, TD and a pick. Joe Burrow, 2 TDs, a pick. Jamar Chase had a crazy game. 10 for 15, 119, 12 average, a TD. David Njoku, I feel like he's overrated but underrated at the same time. Joe Mixon, crazy average, 7 yards a carry. They were balling out. Just take a look at it. They just kind of dominated everywhere. And, yeah. I didn't really watch this game. There was no point. The offense for the Browns can't click. Honestly, bro, just put in Jacoby Brissett. They were more efficient when he was in the game. They were scoring more than 10 points, I'll tell you that. I don't know what Deshaun Watson is doing in this offense. It doesn't work. Next, we have a crazy game. This game should have been like 50-0. Dak Prescott played a horrible game. 284 a TD and 2 picks. I mean, one thing that the Chiefs, Cowboys, the Bills do, when they make a mistake in the worst possible time. Like the most horrible time to ever make a mistake, they'll do it. They don't make a lot of mistakes, but when they make mistakes, they're at the worst possible time. Jeff Driscoll and David Mills, it was like a weird interchangeable quarterback tandem. I didn't know who was going to be in at a certain play. It was just really strange. But Jeff Driscoll was doing enough. You know what I mean? Texans showed a lot of fight in the game. It just kind of fell apart on the last couple drives. They just weren't prepared enough for the situation. But Cowboys fans should not, count this as a dub in any way. It's going to count as a dub, obviously, in the score sheet. But this made them look really bad. Like, really, really bad. And other NFC teams are going to see that. I don't know. Cowboys have probably the greatest momentum. When they're hot, they're on a streak. They can't mess up. And then when they mess up and they have a bad momentum, oh man, they just fall apart. And that's almost what happened this game. They almost let the Texans beat them at their house. They almost let Jeff Driscoll win. Pretty pathetic by the Cowboys. Bad performance. A lucky win, to say the least. Let's go on to the 3 o'clock games. We got the Bucs and the 49ers. A lot of people did not have the Bucs winning this game. A lot of people did not have the 49ers winning this game. I'm telling you, man, this 49ers scheme is so good that you can literally plug and play. Not discrediting Brock Purdy. He did a great job managing the offense. He doesn't even have a picture, bro. Doesn't even have a picture. He just has BP on it. 2 touchdowns, 185, perfect passer rating. He was efficient. Didn't turn the ball over. Kept the chains going. What else do you want from a quarterback at that point? I was really impressed. He showed a lot of people. He showed a lot of people up, including me. Had no real faith in him. I just thought of him as a time manager and a conservative quarterback, just to not mess up. Like, just kind of hold off till Jimmy G comes back. But no, he's making plays, taking hits in the pocket, confident throws. At the same time, he's kind of playing with nothing to lose. He's playing with the biggest chip on his shoulder, bro. Last pick in the draft, you get thrown into the starting lineup. What do you have to lose? Who are you going to let down? No one has faith in you to begin with. So you're playing with the biggest chip on your shoulder. So that's a huge reason why they're balling out. Huge injury, though, to Deebo Samuel. I think that injury alone, almost just got attacked by a fly. Deebo Samuel, with that injury alone, I don't see the 49ers really doing anything in the postseason. Unfortunately, it's a lost season. There's a lot of injuries that happened for the 49ers, but that one is a big hit. I don't know. Maybe OBJ goes to the 49ers to fill in that void. I don't know. If I'm him, I'm looking at the 49ers. They need him big time right now. But What was that? Huge win. Huge win for the 49ers. I had them winning easily. And there you go. I don't understand what the people have the Bucs winning that. I just don't. Panthers and the Seahawks. Seahawks, of course. Anytime I don't pick the Panthers are so inconsistent. I don't know what to believe. I mean, they're 5-8, but I feel like they should be like 6-7, 7-6. A very strange team. They're so inconsistent in their plays, and their games in general. Sam Darnold, I mean, so strange of a quarterback. Geno Smith had horrible picks that I think cost him this game. I mean, who's Chuba Hubbard? You know what I mean? Like, no one knows who these guys are for the Panthers, and they're winning these games. Travis Homer, who are these guys, man? Like, this game was just weird. And it's so strange. I always forget Marquise Godwin is not a 49er anymore. Every time I hear his name, I just think of a 49er. But, yeah. As you can see here, the Panthers just pretty much dominated time of possession. I mean, that alone, 40 minutes is crazy. But huge plays, a lot of turnovers, clutch. I mean, they stole it. They stole this win. You know, this game might have just took the Seahawks out of the playoffs. You know. Let's go down to Sunday night with the Dolphins and the Chargers. I had the Dolphins winning this. I really did. A lot of people had the Chargers winning, and I did not have them winning this game. I did not realize Tua was not going to do anything. 145, a touchdown, 65 passer rating. That's horrible. That's just inexcusable. Justin Herbert, he didn't do anything crazy. Look how many times he throws the ball. He probably averages only like maybe 7 yards a pass. Like, I'm telling you, the Dolphins have no run game. Until they get a run game, they're not going to be a dominant football team. Austin Eckler also didn't do anything. You know, they just overly use him and make him think that he's good. 15 carries, 45 yards, 3 average on a little skimpy touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a crazy fumble recovery touchdown. Probably one of the weirdest. That was the most weird fumble recovery score I think I've ever seen. Besides the butt fumble. But, the Chargers dominated time of possession. Honestly, the Chargers defense just completely shut down the Dolphins. Tua also didn't have a lot of help with his receivers. Everyone was dropping passes left and right. So that alone just kind of didn't help him out. His O-line didn't really help him. He was pressured pretty much half the time. And a lot of backups for the Chargers defense, and they just couldn't get the ball going on them. Super frustrating. Chargers kind of stay alive there with 7-6. Dolphins get themselves in trouble at 8-5. They really needed to win that game. And another game. Everyone had the Patriots winning except me. Had the Cardinals winning. And I think they would have won if Kyler Murray doesn't get hurt. The Cardinals defense was making plays. Patriots offense was making a lot of mistakes. Horrible play calls. But, the offense for the Cardinals just couldn't get going. And the Patriots defense was just stout, making plays, and overall just being dominant. So, with all that being said, I was super frustrated. It was a battle of the backups, basically. I count Mac Jones as a backup. He's not a starter. He doesn't have starter caliber play. But, it is what it is. And we're going to go back to a game where I was proud of my team, man. Shout out DT. Watch the documentary on the Broncos YouTube channel. I'm going to take these off for this one. Watch the interview for that documentary of Demaryius Thomas's life. It is super inspiring, super sad, very well put together. Demaryius Thomas was such a Bronco legend, and I had to get his jersey. You know what I mean? Shout out, he's my favorite Bronco receiver to ever play. Super humble and just a beast, honestly. Super underrated as well. But let's get into this game. I was super proud. This is the only time I have ever been proud of the Broncos after a loss. This team had crumbs at every position. Absolute backups, scrums, practice squad players. We had nobody. We go down 27-0, towards the end of the second quarter. And the Chiefs have the ball. Looks like they're about to score again. If they score, I'm honestly not finishing the game. I'm not watching the rest of the game. I'm not watching my team get blown out. I'm not going to. He throws a horrible pick. We go down, score. I'm like, okay, we're not going to get blown out. We're not going to get shut out, but, we're still going to lose. They get the ball again, and another pick. We go down, we score again. I'm like, okay, wow, okay. We got the lead down. Get the ball at half, and we score. Make it a 6-point game. And I'm like, okay, we're doing something. We're struggling, with no starters, but we're making something happen. And yeah, it was a crazy game. It's just kind of back and forth in the third quarter. Then the Chiefs finally get their momentum back. They score, and then we score. Everyone was hating on Russell Wilson and what he did at the end of the game, making fun of him and stuff. So we had the last little drive, and if we don't score a touchdown, the game's over. So we're going down the field. We get to fourth down 2 times. We get it, or we're going down the field, fourth down, we get it, and it's do or die basically. We have to score. It's 3rd and 13 on the 20, and Russell Wilson runs out the pocket. As soon as he snaps the ball, half the O-line just falls over because of how weak they are. It's 2 practice squad on the left side, the left tackle, left guard, both on the practice squad. They're rotating guards, both practice squad guards. They're rotating them, seeing which one's going to play better. The starting center, not the starting center, he's the backup center. He sucks. We have the backup right guard in. He was the only one that was being efficient. Backup right tackle. I don't even know what string tackle he is. Anyway, 3rd and 13. Russell Wilson snaps the ball. Half the O-line just falls down because of how weak they are compared to the Chiefs' defensive front. And, Russell Wilson breaks out of the pocket, jukes out 2 O-linemen, D linemen. And, he's just running for the first down for his life. And what does he do? He ends up getting a concussion. Throws his body, chunks it to the first down. He wanted to beat the Chiefs so bad, So he goes down, right? And I'm so hype when he gets that first down, because it showed me he wants this. He sees, as much as he says, oh, I don't listen to outside noise, I don't listen to the media, he does. He's tired of people calling him, washed and trash. Look at this game, guys. He had backups at every single position, and he put up those numbers. I don't think you could put any starting quarterback on the Broncos in this league and have them play efficiently. When you have no O-line, no receivers, no tight end, no running backs. I mean, I mentioned the O-line. Jerry Jeudy was our only technically starter receiver, but he's our third option. So, we're missing 1, 2, 4. So Jerry Jeudy is our third, who was at the X position. And we also had Kendall Hinton, which is our fourth. I think he's our fifth string receiver. He got hurt. So we had the third, sixth, seventh, and eighth string receivers helping Russell Wilson. 7 and 8 are rookies. And for him to do those numbers against the Chiefs is a huge... it says a lot. It says a lot. I was really proud of this team. I mean, we had no business having this game even remotely close. But, I mean, we scared the Chiefs here, bro. We did. Yeah, we lost. We're 0-14 in them against, in 7 years. But look who they get to play. They play us. The most injured team in football. The most horrible. We score the least. Give us a break here. But huge leadership moment by Russell Wilson. And it really, really showed how much he wants to win for this team. He's throwing his body on the line for no reason, basically. We're 3-9. We're eliminated from the playoffs already. And he's throwing his body in harm's way to try to get that first down just to try and beat the Chiefs because he knows how much Broncos country wants to beat the Chiefs. And he's doing it all with backups. I was super impressed. I was very proud of my team. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever been proud of my team for losing. And I'm not, glad they lost. I'm just glad, as a Broncos fan for the last couple of years, this was a turning point. This is going to be a game where it's going to change. I see it. I really do. I was super impressed with the Broncos. When Russell Wilson got hurt, not a single offensive starter was in the lineup. If you don't want to count Jerry Jeudy. And the Chiefs were scared. That's a huge win in my book. It's a moral victory. It's a loss in the score sheet, but I was proud of my team, man. I really was. And like I said, if y'all haven't seen the Demaryius Thomas documentary, go to the Broncos YouTube channel. It should be there. I'm going to link it actually in the description as well. I highly recommend watching it. It's not even as, watching it as a Broncos fan or anything. It's just a great football documentary. If you love football as much as I do, you would absolutely love this documentary. But I highly, highly recommend watching it. It was really, really well put together. A lot of good players, a lot of former teammates. I really enjoyed it. I really did. So that was all for Week 14. A lot of teams had buys, and I completely forgot to mention them because they don't show it on the website for some reason. So I'll be able to just tell you who was on bye. It was the Falcons, Bears, Packers, Colts, Saints, and the Commanders. So 6 teams were on bye, which is really strange. They had really late bye weeks. That would suck. That would really suck. But yeah, let's go on to picks of the week for Week 15. There was no teams on bye for this week, so I'm not going to miss anything. Thursday night, we have the 49ers and the Seahawks. Let me move all this out the way. 49ers and the Seahawks. Okay. Can this stuff move? That would be great. 49ers and the Seahawks is Thursday night's game. I got the... Oh, wow. It kind of changes everything now with Debo going out. Seahawks are going to play with a little bit of vengeance here because they got embarrassed by the Panthers. But I think I'm going to go with... Brock Purdy looked good, man. I'm going to go with the 49ers, man. They better not let me down. They better not let me down. I'm going to be so mad if they do. Let's go to... why do they put these? This is so unorganized. We got the Colts and the Vikings. I got the Vikings on this one. There should be no reason the Vikings lose that game. Absolutely no reason. So, got the Vikings all day on that one. Let's go down here. Why is there so many... Oh, these are Saturday games. Wow. We got Saturday games? That's kind of cool. Okay. Saturday. Okay. I was not ready for Saturday like that, but now you know. Saturday at 12 o'clock, we got the Colts and the Vikings. Picking the Vikings, obviously, but yeah. And I like how it's, 3 games. That's pretty cool. I was not ready for that. 3 o'clock, we got the Ravens and the Browns. I have the Browns winning that because Lamar... I don't know if Lamar Jackson's playing. I'm not going to be like, if he plays, I'm picking the Ravens. If they don't play, I'm picking the Browns. I'm not going to do that. Picking a team. It's picks of the week. You got to trust your gut. I'm picking the Browns. I think they can beat the Ravens and Tyler Huntley. If Deshaun Watson can't beat Tyler Huntley, he's washed. Saturday night, we got the Dolphins and the Bills. I believe this is a divisional matchup rematch that happened earlier in the season. Should be a close game. Should be a really close game. It's going to come down to that run game for the Dolphins, man. That's what it's going to come down to. I got the Bills, though. I think they're just going to make more plays all together. But yeah. Let's go on to Sunday at 12. We got some... See what these games look like here. Falcons and the Saints. I'm not watching that. I hope you don't watch that. There's no reason to watch that. But I do have the Saints winning that game. Actually, no, I don't. Who do I have? This game sucks. Doesn't that new rookie get the first start of his career for the Falcons this week? I don't know anything about him. Is he even good? I don't think so. He couldn't beat out Marcus Mariota, so... I'm picking the Saints. I think the Saints defense is going to scare this Falcons rookie. I'm picking the Saints. We got the Bears and the Eagles. Oh my God, that's going to be a slaughter if Justin Fields doesn't literally get 400 yards by himself. We got the Cowboys and the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, is he going to take out the Cowboys? I believe this is in Jacksonville because the Cowboys have had like 1,000 home games this year. Got the Cowboys winning this, but you know how the Cowboys do. They be choking against these easy teams, man. I got the Cowboys, though. Better not let me down. We got the Lions and the Jets. I got the Lions on that one. I mean, Lions are going to be playing pissed because they lost a game that they... I mean, they're on a hot streak. They didn't lose last week. I'm tripping. But watch out for the Lions, man. They're going to be pretty nasty this week. We got the Steelers and the Panthers, man. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't even know what Kyle Pickett... I think he got a concussion, so he's not playing. Mitch Trubisky against the Panthers? I don't know. Mitch Trubisky is horrible. The Panthers, I don't know what they are. They're okay, I guess. God. I'm picking the Panthers, man. I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. I just don't. He gets a lot of yards, and he runs with the ball, but he makes so many mistakes. And the last 12 o'clock game, we got the... Oh, my God. The Chiefs and the Texans. We all know. I'm not even going to say it. We're going to go to 3 o'clock games. We got the... Whoops, hold on. We got the Patriots and the Raiders. I got the Raiders. I think they're just more efficient than the Patriots. And I think they're going to make more plays and dominate on the offensive side. Really do. We got the Titans and the Chargers. I got the Chargers, man. Unfortunately. We got the Bengals and the Bucks. My bad. Hold on. Organize this. Got the Bengals and the Bucks. I got the Bengals, man. I mean, Joe Burrow. I'm picking him over the Bucks every time. And Sunday night, we have the Colts and the Vikings. No, the Giants and the Commanders. Giants and Commanders. That's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. Who's going to be starting for them? I need to see. Who is going to be starting for them? Is it going to be Taylor Heineke? Probably. Ah, man. I don't know. I do not know. Sunday night. I think I'm going to have to go... This is so tough. This game is going to come down to Saquon. If he does good, they're going to win this game. If he doesn't do good, they're not going to win. I'm picking the Commanders, man. Got more confidence in that team over this game. Let's go down to Monday night. We have the Rams and the Packers. Pretty interesting game. I mean, this is a toss-up. I mean, the Packers are horrible, man. To say that just sounds weird. But I'm picking the Rams. I'm picking the Rams. I really am. I'm sorry. I just have to. Next, we have the Broncos and the Cardinals. I am picking the Broncos to actually win this game, to be honest with you. I think they're going to do it. They have to do it. There's no way they can lose that game. They just can't. But, yeah, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Super entertaining. But I'll see y'all at week 15 and week 16 picks of the week. Deuces.